Welcome to the ultimate test of ability, skill and teamwork. Take the top mechanics in the land, pair them up, ask them to build a tractor and plough a field. At stake is a grand prize of 100,000 rand. Who will prevail? Part 2 of the Massey Ferguson Master Mechanic Trilogy starts now. We went in search of the best mechanics in South Africa and the response was overwhelming. But in the end, there would only be 6 to make the journey to the Free State town of Kestel. Previously on the Massey Ferguson Master Mechanic Challenge.
Team Red and Black each scored 15 points in the Trivia Challenge, but Team Grey got stuck in neutral and failed to get onto the scoreboard.
Are you guys just gonna roll over and die now? No.
In the Circuit Build Challenge, Team Red finished fastest with Team Grey the slowest, focusing on quality over speed. Today, the teams will build a Massey Ferguson 2640 tractor. This will be broken up into 3 separate challenges. First, they'll have to reassemble the chassis. Next, they'll have to attach all 4 wheels onto the tractor. Finally, they will need to add diesel along with engine and transmission oil to complete the challenge. Points will be awarded for speed as well as the quality of build and their ability to work as a team. As they head into this crucial day, Team Red leads the way with 40 points. Team Black is second on 35 points and will have to wait 5 minutes before they can start their build. Bringing up the rear are Team Grey on 25 points. They'll have to wait for 10. How much of a disadvantage will that be?
Welcome back in the workshop, guys. Today is tractor building day. If you look there behind you, in your work base, there are disassembled tractors, which is the Massey Ferguson 2640. So you're gonna assemble that tractor today. The team to start rebuilding the tractor will be your old's room. How are we gonna fix this?
So Simon, there's going to be 5 different components to this build. There's going to be the rear linkage that needs assembling on the tractor, the rollover protection, the fenders, the fuel tank, the bonnet, and then finally the battery.
All of them are voormannen, you know? Yeah. Teamwork might be an issue here as well.
It would be interesting to see how the personalities get along during the course of the build.
Facing this deconstructed omelette.
Absolutely, we might even see some anger, some drama. We're quite excited.
I think it's in band, but also for mechanic as well. Everything that we take on, we try to be the best.
My hands are so sweaty.
Okay, you have it?
I have it.
It was quite difficult to see everything was lying apart, but now we understand what to do.
Okay, I have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
There they go.
After 5 minutes, Ben and Marco begin the challenge.
Als je zo vast zit, zal ons in draad in zit. Laat ik aan gaan is je recht. Byt vast.
We were kind of stressed out because 5 minutes is a lot, especially when you do speed work like this. We just went straight in and never looked what the opponents are doing.
Milo and Corky have to wait a further 5 frustrating minutes before they can start.
How stressful is it just waiting?
A lot. It's frustrating.
I was waiting outside for 10 minutes, made us on our nerves.
Guys ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Here we go.
You can probably run.
The strategy was to start with the tank, which I feel was good because that was the difficultest thing we had to do.
Okay, ek gaan die shocks maar gaan vas man.
Geef vir my daai 17. Bolt. What I love so much about this job is it's challenging. You wake up and you ready to hit the road. You don't know what's coming up your way today.
I'm still trying to figure it out. How much of a advantage is it to start first?
I thought it was going to be a huge advantage. But now we look at the progression of the team. Although the red team started first, they've got the bonnet on. They haven't got the fuel tank on yet. But then we look at the black team, they've got the bonnet on. They've got the fuel tank on already, and already starting with the ROPS. That 5-minute advantage I thought was going to play a much larger role than what we've actually seen.
Thanks to excellent teamwork, Ben and Marco make up the deficit over Red and take the lead.
We just figured out who's here and who's there and who's going which way.
It was like we were
I
on.
didn't even see him doing something and
we
walk around the machine and something else was done, so it just meshed in perfectly.
Which of these actually resemble the way that you would have done it?
I think probably Team Grey.
They took the hardest jobs first, the rear linkage, the drawbar, that is your heavier components. It's also the get down on your knees and and grind kind of work. These guys are building this tractor from the bottom up.
Elbow grease.
Trying to work fast, but most of the stuff you needed help with, needed help to align something, needed help to hold something. Every time you just get busy, either I need help or he needs my help.
Tiny. Yeah, bro. Tell me more about the strategy that you guys are planning to follow.
We try to see which parts are going in easier and try to start on the bottom side to build up.
So easy jobs first, the bigger, harder jobs later.
Yes.
You think that's going to pay off?
Yes.
All right.
The main thing why we were calm is we discussed what our strategy would be and we stick to our strategy.
Ek is dink die manne werk. You guys lying on the beach here.
So your 5 minutes disadvantage you had there, do you think that really made a difference?
I think it's going to bite us, but we'll have to see. We had a little thing going of double checking, so if he tightened something, he would tell me, give it a kick or give it a pull. If I pulled something, I'd say, Benjamin, pull the spanner. And that's just a little bit of reassurance in a way that, okay, this thing is tight, we don't have to get back to it, we don't have to waste time.
Team Red. Nice. Game as Simon says, you're going to draw a card. On these cards, it might be something that will help you or something that will hurt you a bit. Let's see what that is. Oh, this one says, you only can work with spanners and no other tools for 2 minutes. Your 2 minutes starts now.
It's quite challenging, but I managed. I call these now my spanners.
Let me see. 5 minutes will be subtracted from your overall time.
Cool. Yeah, and we're so glad that Simon came by and we played Simon Says. Marco picked a card and it was a bonus card because they subtracted 5 minutes. So we made up for that 5 minutes that we lost on the electric circuit.
Team Grey.
Yes.
Come here quickly. Oh, let me see what it is.
Go there.
So you get advice from the judges on the tractor build.
Someone says for us it was more an advantage, but we didn't use it because we didn't need it or we didn't get stuck in a corner where we had to use it. So far we're pushing, but you can see we're quite behind, but yeah, we are pushing our best to get there. Look like what moet gebeur is. Die moet naby kom.
How's things going on this end? You think you're still in the lead?
No.
Not anymore.
Despite starting first, Team Red's 5-minute lead has all but evaporated.
I only normally worked on big tractors, so it's back to the basics on these ones.
Right, guys, it does look like you guys are falling behind. Pick up the speed. We're rooting for you.
Working fast and efficiently wins the day for Ben and Marco as they complete their chassis build first.
Done. The feeling of getting done first in the challenge. It's just a high that you can't explain.
I think Team Black have done a fantastic job. One thing that was very interesting was when you listen to them working the ratchet, it was extremely quick compared to some of the other competitors that we're seeing. So the pure speed of them working the tools has been fantastic.
Team Black is klaar. Yeah.
The moment we saw the first team finish, we started stressing a lot. We knew that we had to pick up our pace.
Maybe 5 to 10 minutes, then we are finished.
11 minutes later, Tiny and Herky complete their build.
Excited, exhausted, all at the same time.
With Herky and Tiny finishing a close second behind Team Black, Milo and Corky start to feel the pressure.
Yes.
It affected our overall performance in the sentence of stressing too much, trying to catch up with other guys.
Alvast, wie hierdie is een, hy kan nog uitkom.
Jy moet ingaan.
Hoe gaan hy ingaan?
Ons moet hom instoot
Hy gaan nie ingaan nie.
sodat diep ding kan nie so kom.
Ja, ek weet nie. Trying to beat that 10 minutes, then making mistakes, and then you have to redo those mistakes again.
Right.
Okay. Done.
I'm feeling a bit down because it dropped some points.
Congratulations, guys. You finished and completed the chassis. And the slowest, Team Grey, but you came in at the time of 1 hour and 57 minutes. Second fastest was 1 hour and 30, and that was Team Red, of course.
Before we start, the judges asked us how long we would take to assemble it, and both of us said an hour and a half, and we did it in an hour and a half. For ourselves, it's perfect time, but compared to Ben and Marco, They were a bit faster.
Team Black came in first at 1 hour 19 minutes. You also pulled a card that says that we can subtract 5 minutes, so that is 1 hour and 14 minutes.
Super speed.
We feel good about winning the chassis build. We still have a long way ahead, but hopefully this is a step in the right direction.
So that is 5 points for Team Grey, that is 10 points for Team Red, and 20 points for Team Black.
Yeah, the marks is rolling inside my head, but I'm still calm at this stage.
Now we have to fit the wheels. This is going to be a test of strength, stamina, as well as teamwork. Master Mechanics, your time starts now!
With just 5 points difference between first and second, it's all to play for, while a win for Team Grey would catapult them back into contention.
Just looking at these things, it makes me tired. All I see is heavy.
This is the mechanic's least favorite job, is because it's such a physical task, is actually lifting up these wheels, lining them up and putting them together. Teamwork will be key.
It'll be interesting to see how the different teams work here. One team member will have to work the jack, so lifting the tractor up and down, whilst the other one aligns the wheel into the right place to fit it.
On top of that, Simon, we expect the contestants to check the tyre pressures to correctly ballast these machines. Ballasting a Massey Ferguson is important before they take it out into the field to get maximum traction and performance.
You'll have to go in there, guns blazing. Can't go and think how about to put a tyre. I mean, there's nothing to think about, there's nothing to double check. There's a hole in a nut and that's it.
While Team Red and Grey rush to get their tyres to their tractors, Team Black takes a different approach. Will it pay off?
What is Team Black up to?
Interesting straight off.
Yeah, they've started jacking their tractor up first. Probably to avoid the traffic jam.
Yeah.
Gaan net stadig, dit nie omval.
We jack the tractor slightly, put a trestle or a stand underneath it, reposition the jack.
Even achteraf in.
Waar gaan jy vir agteraf in kyk? Slaat vas hier agter.
Goed gaan maak, hè?
Interesting how they're rolling the wheels. These wheels aren't big. As you can see from this side, we've got one individual rolling. So it actually makes it more challenging with two people rather than one.
I'm not a slow worker though, so I get work done pretty fast.
Team Black is thinking on their feet. They've had a strategy since the moment they've started.
But while Team Black are working like a well-oiled machine, Team Red has made a massive mistake.
So if I have a look at Team Red, you can see that they're trying to use the T-bar with the extension to crack the wheel nuts off. We've actually given them a breaker in their toolboxes, so then that gives you a lot more force. It'll make the job a lot easier for them.
Poor choice of tools.
Sometimes it's also the fool behind the tool.
This mistake will cost them valuable time. The important question is how much.
Come on, Red Team, come on!
It's hard work, but still I love it all the way.
Using the wrong wheel spanner continues to cost Team Red as Team Grey overtakes them.
Team Grey's definitely catching up.
Trakslang 2 vas.
Sak.
Loving the speed, Grey Team. How you doing?
Getting hot as hell. I know now why the head's full. To absorb all the sweat.
Team Black, they've been through the operator's manual. They've found torque settings for the wheels. The final stage that they're going through is doing the torque of the wheel nuts.
Once again, Team Black is the first to finish.
Done!
I must confess, this was a fun part too. That was the most fun. Just, we got this. We did it.
Work out.
Yeah.
Kom maar gaan, staan klaar wees. Fast but warm.
Well done. Second place, guys, very close, within a minute.
I think we did our best.
I think Team Black had an advantage. They were close to their doors.
That's also true.
It's difficult.
I don't know why we're so slow now.
Congratulations, guys. That was next level. We saw some strategy, we saw bucket loads of sweat, and we saw a mistake here and there. Team Red, what took you so long?
A disadvantage on our age.
Yeah, Team Red came in last. Grey, added to your tally, is 10 points. And our winners for this round. So oiling, refueling, how are the guys going to go about it?
So the teams are going to have to come across from their tractors they'll fill up with diesel. They'll then fill up with AGCO parts transmission oil and AGCO parts engine oil. They'll have to use the jugs and the funnels, take the fuel and the oils back to their machines to refuel them.
This looks very easy to me.
We're trying to avoid any kind of spillage. You want to do a clean and neat job when you deal with a Massey Ferguson tractor and its customer.
Welcome to the final session of the tractor building phase. Right about now, we're going to juice our babies up. Here at the dispensing bay, you're going to find all that you need.
As they head into the day's final challenge, will Team Black's winning streak continue? Will Team Red be able to make up their mistake? And will underdogs Team Grey finally win a challenge?
1, 2, 3, go!
Team Red on diesel already.
Well, they're definitely picking up the pace now. Getting closer and closer to that 100,000 Rand and the title of Massey Ferguson Master Mechanic.
We had the strategy to let Corky remove all the covers from the transmission oil. And while he's busy doing that, I'm busy pouring diesel and the engine oil. We've worked out that we will finish around about the same time.
For their plan to work, they need to know what they are doing. But Corky seems lost.
Waar kry ons nog transmission olie? Is dit dene?
Hierso, daar is die engine olie.
Hierso.
Jy moet uitpomp.
Oei?
Uitpomp. Uit die ander tank uit.
O, by die ander tank.
Is jy reg, Gertjie?
Ek is reg, kinders.
Jawel.
Yeah, regarding the oil challenge, it was very excited for me. The crucial part was to be fast, but not to spill.
At a normal practice, leaving the rag on the floor.
I think he's just trying to keep the floor as clean as possible.
That is a good strategy then.
I believe so. So if he does have any spillage, Uncle Richard is not going to see it.
The first thing I did when he went to fetch oil is covered the diesel filler with rags. Used the whole bag of rags if we have to, but yeah.
But while Team Black tried to avoid messing, there's trouble over at Team Grey.
Oh, shucks. Daar mors ek. Reg nou.
Mors?
Ja.
Looks like we have a wipe up on Team Grey.
A bit nervous for the spillage that happened because we know that is what the judges penalize on.
It's also good to see the cleanliness that's happening. So you will have seen Team Red there cleaning the funnel before they put a different type fluid through it.
For contamination on the machines, you can't mix diesel and oil, so it must be separate.
We used sawdust to clean up all the spillages we had.
It absorbs the oil from the ground, so most probably that can help us with the judges.
Okay, ons is amper op max. Gooi nog 'n bietjie, gooi tot op 3.
Okay, good.
Yes, laat ek net 20 liter gaan haal. Kom bal ons wag vir julle.
Team Black, furthest away from the oiling station, are frustrated even more.
So we had a bit of strategy that he would stay on the tractor, I would do the running. The difficult part was getting to the drum with diesel oil, and you're in a line behind 2 guys now. Now I'm standing waiting, so that...
Klim op, start.
I think we're about to see a start.
Having come so close to winning the wheel challenge, Team Grey finally get it right.
Just gunned it. And I'm so happy to see them finally win their first challenge.
Yes, it feels good to finally win a challenge.
After a few rounds working slow, not gaining any points, it feels good to be first again.
Coming from the bottom, now we striking to come back on the scoreboard. The wheel challenge helped us, it gave us motivation so that we can push more and more.
Well, followed by Team Red.
But then confusion. Have Team Red finished or not?
They've started the engine, but they haven't finished putting all the components down. Guys, we're going to need all the components fitting before the final engine starts.
The instruction was, when you're done, start the tractor, that stops your time. So they started without being finished. Then they put the cover over and put the rubber floor mat, and they just said, we're done.
We started the tractor to see that all the oil levels are on the correct level.
We only tested to see that everything is in working order and the oil levels is correct.
Okay.
Start.
Team Red and Black are neck and neck, resulting in a photo finish.
Well, both hit the same time there.
About a split second we are before the black team.
I'd be a bit disappointed if it ends in a tie.
You might have to look at the cameras and get an exact picture on who exactly swung it first.
Ons is gelijk.
I think we did very well in this challenge, but it will be very close with Team Black.
What an exciting round. Team Black, it seemed you guys have had a little bit of a disadvantage there. Is that what you feel?
Yeah, to an extent. Running up and down, catching the traffic there, not being very fit.
Are we hearing them complaining for the first time?
We're a bit bleak not finishing first, but I mean, we had the disadvantage of the distance from the fluid, so yeah.
Your time is exactly the same as Team Red, which is 16 minutes, 29 seconds. How are we going to deal with that?
I reckon it's a tie, Simon. Second place is worth 10 points. I guess 5 and 5.
It's 5 Team Black, and then also 5 points for Team Red. And then the winners for this round, smiling, is Team Grey. Coming in first at 13.52 seconds, bagging the 20 points. You've obviously seen that we've tested you on speed, but now it's time to actually look at the quality of your workmanship.
Richard and Ryan will each give you a score out of 10 for the quality of your work. I will mark you out of 10 for your ability to work as a team.
We're going to start with Team Black.
Well done on a very good build. You guys took the lead with your aggression, with your speed, and I think also the strategies that you guys employed. There were a few mistakes, but I can also give you guys points for the cleanliness and the neatness of your work.
If you have a look at the workspace, we've got a nice clean bench, toolbox, tools have all been put away. It was a very clean build.
Now you guys are all experts as individuals, but as a team, we were looking for synchronicity, and for that, you have been very sufficient. So the overall score for Team Black is 24 points.
I really do have a good partner. We work good together.
Yeah.
Team Red, Richard.
Again, a very good build. You faced a few challenges. We found a couple of faults. Ah, look, the harness is not inside of its clip.
Yeah, and that could potentially cause a short circuit or even cut the wire completely, rendering the headlights useless. I expected more from Team Red. You did a hell of a job building that tractor today. Tiny, I'd never seen someone sweat so much in my life. You really put your heart, blood, sweat and tears into this build. But as Richard said, there were a few mistakes. And what I found most disappointing with you was that you had the lead in the beginning of the competition and you let it slip through your fingers.
From a teamwork perspective, very similar to Team Black, the synchronicity was on par with them.
As a team, I think both of us will work perfectly together, like we are in sync.
We are like husband and wife. We stick together.
So the final score for Team Red is 20 points.
We didn't anticipate how strongly the judges will judge their work.
Team Grey, you guys were the slowest off the mark and just well done for catching up with the rest of the crew. However, there were more mistakes than Team Black and Team Red. This one hasn't quite slotted into its placement there.
Oh, that's true. We've also got 2 loose bolts here.
Oh my goodness,
But what fits on those bolts? Our light that hasn't been fitted.
Oh no. That's gonna cost them quite a lot of points.
Team Grey, in terms of teamwork, I think you stand head and shoulders above the rest.
Teamwork for us is very important because it shows us that if we do this together, then we can achieve whatever tasks and challenges the judges give to us.
The final score then for Team Grey in this round is 19 points.
Today after challenge, I feel quite exhausted, but excited as well.
So looking at the overall scoreboard, Team Grey and Team Red, neck, neck. And then Team Black, currently the forerunners with 104 points. Now, this has been a very tough day, so I hope you get in some good rest, because tomorrow we're going to put these tractors of yours to the test. The first thing we're going to say to each other tomorrow morning is, Ons gaan nou ploeg.
Next time in the thrilling conclusion to the Massey Ferguson Master Mechanic Challenge.
Welkom manne, this is your field of dreams.
Something's missing, something's missing.
1, 2, 3, go!
Milo! 2-wheel drive!
If you like what you see, please like, subscribe to our channel, hit bell notification and make comments below.